What is good, YouTube, and welcome back to a brand new video. We are back here on NBA 2K25, of course, here for another rebuild, and this time we are back in the modern era. We haven't done a traditional modern era rebuild since our very first video on 2K25, and I'm back again with another one. And today I wanted to talk about the Brooklyn Nets because they project to probably be one of the worst teams in the East this season and the NBA in general, and they have a few pieces that I feel like they could still sell off to some teams, get some more assets. I really like the direction they chose, of course, by trading away Mikal Bridges to the Knicks, getting their picks back. So let's go ahead and jump in and rebuild the Brooklyn Nets in NBA 2K25. Before we get into today's video, make sure you guys drop a like on this one and subscribe if you're new to this channel. As always, greatly appreciate it. Also, happy October. It is my favorite time of the year right now. I absolutely love spooky season, Halloween, all that. So it's one of my favorite times of the year. And of course, we got Thanksgiving and Christmas after that. It's a beautiful time, man. NBA is about to be back too. NFL is going on. It's amazing times right now. But Cameron Thomas, Nicholas Claxton, Cameron Johnson, Schroeder, as I said, there's still a handful of guys I feel like this team can ship off at the deadline or in the midst of the season and get some picks, first round picks potentially as well for some of these guys that they still are currently holding. Claxton, someone they can still move. This team is going to be bad. Like maybe they win more games than they should because of having a couple guys that are, like some good role players. But at the end of the day, this team should very well be a lottery team. They should be in the sweepstakes for Cooper Flag, Ace Bailey, all that stuff, probably for the next couple years. They got their picks back for that reason solely alone. So they're finally bouncing back from the Kevin Durant, Kyrie Irving debacle. We're going to go ahead and submit year one. There is a good chance we do stop at the deadline because I do believe this team will be a seller at the deadline, and I think they should. We'll try to capitalize on some value that we do have. So let's go ahead. Somebody to the trade deadline to start this video, and let's see if we can get some assets at the deadline to start this one off. Before we get to the deadline, I need to tell you about two softwares that are designed to help you beat the sports books and become a much profitable sports bettor. We're starting on Daily Grind Fantasies Optimizer, so it is early in the week. Obviously, the NFL games just ended last night, so there's not a ton of traditional sports value on the board, unfortunately, at the moment. Although there is one right here. So you got Derrick Henry over 81.5 rushing yards. As you can see, one of the book has this at 85.5, so it's a one-to-one comparison, so it's not the best case of data to be using. I usually love seeing multiple data points. So obviously, if I have multiple data points telling you it's 85.5, then clearly Prize Picks is the outlier and take it over 81.5. But still, you wouldn't want to go over here to whatever book this is. What is this? Underdog. You wouldn't want to go to Underdog and bet this at 85.5 when you can get it on Prize Picks at 81. And then you got some esports value as well with some of these guys. Discrepancies between Hot Streak. I also love OddsJam's positive EV tool as well. As you can see on the Giants first half money line against Seattle, we got plus 188 over on FanDuel. As you can see, it really wouldn't make any sense to go to Flip and bet this at plus 155. We can get a really good price at plus 188. And then last but certainly not least, Prize Picks. The baseball playoffs start today as well, which is exciting. But we're going to go ahead and give you a code, I don't know what the hell I was just saying. Use code Crushables on all three of these links. They match first deposit dollar for dollar up to $100 on Prize Picks. And then on the two softwares, you get a percentage off your first month and use my code. Other than that, let's get back to the rebuild. So we are starting the trade deadline as promised, and I have a trade that I'm going to go ahead and do here. We're getting a first round pick for Cameron Johnson. That was the ultimate goal. We're here to get picks for some of the role players we have left. So I'll easily send Cameron Johnson over to Miami and get a first round pick in value. So that is the first trade we're doing. Looks like the Mavericks want a reunion with Dorian Finney-Smith, so I'll happily send him over to Dallas or back to Dallas, and we're going to get a first-round pick in value. Once again, just excreting as much assets as possible for role players that we have left. So I think this is the final trade we will do. We'll be sending Dennis Schroeder over to Detroit for Paul Reed and a second-round pick. Not sure why Detroit would want Dennis Schroeder. I guess there's a chance maybe they're on a playoff run right now because obviously young teams in 2K succeed, and Detroit being one of those. And maybe they want a veteran point guard, so I'll go ahead and grab Paul Reed off them and a second-round pick for Schroeder, and I'll be happy with that. So that was our final move. I did try to move Bojan as well, but there wasn't anything interesting. Another thing I could see Brooklyn doing in real life, but I doubt I'd be able to make it happen in 2K, is because Ben Simmons' contract is such a big expiring contract. It would not surprise me at all if they use this contract to absorb some long-term bad salaries and gain assets for it. So you guys know how Oklahoma City used to do it all the time with Sam Presti, taking all these bad contracts and getting a first round pick in return and doing so. Would not surprise me if Brooklyn did that same thing with Ben Simmons, but you're more than likely not going to find that kind of offer in 2K. It's really hard to pull that off. So if I were the Brooklyn Nets, I would look to do that at the deadline on Ben Simmons as well. Unfortunately, we're not going to be able to do that. But I feel like we did good at the deadline, made the moves I wanted to make. We're going to go ahead and submit the rest of the season. Dennis Schroeder's gone. You got, obviously, Cameron Johnson gone and Dorian Finney-Smith gone. feel solid about what we did at the deadline, and now it's time to continue to assimilate this season and continue to be bad and hope for the first overall pick in this upcoming draft. So at the end of year one, Luka wins MVP, Ricochet is your Rookie of the Year, Amon Thompson's sixth man and Wemby Defensive Player, and Amon Thompson's also your Most Improved. So of course we're not going to have anybody in the All-NBA teams, but we do, as far as stats are concerned, like I said, we're not a playoff team, but Cameron Thomas did average 24 points per game, along with Bojan averaging 16, 10.5 from Watford, 10 from Duncan Robinson, 9 from Claxton, 10.5 from Paul Reed, and 7 from Ben Simmons. So a lot of work to do this offseason, but I'm very happy with the start we had at the deadline. And let's see who goes on to win the championship. It will be the Mavericks and the Pacers in the finals, and it will be Dallas going on to win it all after they brought back Dorian Finney-Smith, so shout out to them for that. Here are your retirements. LeBron James is going to call it a career. A lot of interesting retirements there. Let's go to the lottery. So, again, this is a very important first step. Winning the number 1 overall pick in this draft would be amazing. Staying in that top 3 would just be amazing. Anything that gives us a top prospect is what we're looking for here. So, we are projected number 4. Obviously, says the Rockets have our pick. But that should go to us unless, which wouldn't surprise me whatsoever, 2K did not fix it, which I'm a little concerned about right now. I don't know if they did fix it. Obviously, the Nets got their pick back. So does that mean the Rockets on the Suns picks? Let me just see what happens here. So let's skip to the results. So, yeah, they didn't fix it, did they? They're so dumb, bro. What is wrong with 2K? How do you not have that fixed? So Oklahoma City is going to get Clippers pick. Obviously, the Rockets say they have our pick, number 5. But as we all know, that's not the case. What about the Suns? Well, let's see. So let's go take a look at draft assets for teams, because that actually just irritates the hell out of me. Now, this is the first time I've ever seen this, but not that I should be surprised, obviously. But let's go to the Suns. So the Suns, or not the Suns, sorry, the Rockets. So the Rockets have the Suns picks is what I'm trying to see. So, no, they don't. Just ridiculous, bro. They have none of the Suns picks. Just so dumb, bro. Why do I have to do this myself? That is something you should have done in 2K. But why am I surprised? So we should have our 2025 and 2026 pick. So I will get both of those here. Really irritated by that, not going to lie. But it is what it is. Why should I be surprised, like I said? So now that I got the pick situation fixed, let's go ahead and head to draft night. And let's see who we can get with the 5th overall pick. Obviously, I really wanted to be picking in the top 3, but we fall to 5, unfortunately. So we got 5, 23, and 25 in this draft. So let's go ahead and see who we can get with these 3 draft picks. You know, building through the draft is going to be a very important part of this video, so let's see what happens here. So number 1 is going to be Cooper Flagg to Oklahoma City. They become a dynasty probably with that. Number 2 is going to be Ace Bailey to Charlotte. Missed out on both of those guys. VJ Edgecombe goes to Memphis. Would have liked to have grabbed him, but I did have him in one of the videos lately, so I'm kind of okay with not getting him. And then Cam goes to Utah. So who are we picking at number 5? So we have Nolan Traore, we have Dink Pay, we have Rocco, we got Hugo. So I think we take Nolan Traore here. We get our point guard of the future. All-star Flores is a starter. Dink is all-NBA. So Rocco is all-star. We got all-NBA for Hugo. Maybe we don't go with Nolan Traore. Maybe instead we take Dink and go with the all-NBA guy. 26 points per game, 44% from 3. Sure, I'll go with Dink this time around. So Dink is going to be the pick here, and then we get to pick late in this draft, as I mentioned as well. So we got Alex on the board still, so let's go see what he is looking like. So his ceiling's an all-star. Hunter Dickinson, not available. So I'll take Alex here with this selection at 22, and then we get to pick again here at number 25. Or whatever pick this is at this point. So Donnie Freeman, starter. Liam, starter. Let's see. I think Liam is solid, though. Kwame Evans, of course, I've gotten before, who ends up being pretty good. I think having him in this video will be solid, but to not draft the same person, I guess I'll go with Liam here. So Liam, welcome to Brooklyn. So those will be our 3 picks. We welcome in Dink Pate, we welcome in Alex Carabin and Liam, and we got Nolan Hickman in round 2. So I'll take that. Player options, you got Paul Reed, which we will accept. Clowney, Tariq Whitehead will accept those as well. Qualifying offers, got Daron Sharp, Cameron Thomas, and Zaire Williams all as free agents. So I can extend all those, and we'll look into free agency. So Cam Thomas is a free agent. Definitely wants quite a bit of money. I might take that to the last day of free agency, because to me, and then Zaire Williams, you're absolutely not getting $25 million. You're insane. That's not happening. So Ben Simmons, obviously not resigning, and I'm not resigning Keon Johnson. So Cam Thomas, Daron Sharp are guys I'm interested in. We do have B-Ball Paul, though. So, like, if we lost Daron Sharp, it wouldn't totally hurt my feelings. But Claxton, Paul, I mean, we also still have Clowney as well. So I guess we can move on from Daron Sharp if we really wanted to. Power forward-wise, we got Liam, who I could start, I guess, but we'll kind of see. Obviously, the main thing is getting Cam Thomas back, and that would be, like, my main priority. We do have money, and I know there's been some rumors about, like, Jimmy Butler going to Brooklyn, I'm not going to go that direction. I just think that's kind of a waste of time and wouldn't make a ton of sense to go in that direction. But if there is like a young player that makes sense to go sign, I'm not looking to like max anybody out right now, but like not Jalen Duren, although he's unrestricted. But I like my center situation right now. Giddy, no thanks on that, although that would be interesting, I guess, in theory. Steven Adams, like there's Trey Jones, which is interesting. I don't mind going after Trey Jones this offseason to give us a point guard. We really don't have that right now. So, yeah, we have Shake Milton and Nolan Hickman, which I could play Nolan Hickman right away. But, again, I'm more than okay with signing, like, Trey Jones just as a filler right now. So, I'll give Trey Jones a 2-year deal or, 3-year deal, whatever. So, if nothing else, he's a solid backup point guard for a few years. So, we'll start this offseason with Trey Jones. I'm more than happy to renounce Zara Williams, Trent Watford, because, I mean, Zara Williams just asking for a ridiculous amount of money. It's just never going to happen. So, I'm going to renounce pretty much everything here. Other than Cam Thomas, obviously. I want to bring him back. So, Daron Sharp I'm still debating on. I think, it does make sense to bring him back. But we started free agency with Trey Jones. Again, I'm going to wait on Cameron Thomas. Like, I just don't want to pay him $28 million. He's going to be the sixth man in this video at the end of the day. I want him to continue to be in that role. I think that's his best role. So, playing him as the sixth man is not somebody I want to pay $30 million to. Daron Sharp, again, I mean, I guess we could re-sign in theory. But I'll take these last two to the last day of free agency. So we pretty much have a full rotation. We're going to be very bad once again, but we do have a couple players we're excited about, I guess. So that's kind of where we're at in this video. All right, so Cam Thomas, giving him like 20 million, I think flat or something along like that, I think feels solid. So something along the lines of that, if he's willing to accept that. Daron Sharp, I'll give him like a 1+1, I think. That way I don't just lose him for nothing. So we'll resign both of them on the last day. And then player progression, you have Claxton up. You have Noah Clowney up, which is nice. You got Derek Whitehead up as well. Trey Jones, we signed as a filler. Duncan Robinson has regressed. And then we have a bunch of rookies we'll probably play immediately because we, again, like I said, are going to be a bad roster. There's no way this team is about to be a playoff team. We're excited about the addition of Dink. I don't know how good he'll be from this draft class, but I know when we took VJ Edgecombe in the Seattle video, he was fantastic. So I'm hoping we could kind of get the same results. So we'll see if that ends up being the case. But we're going to load a 2026 draft class, and then let's get straight into this new rotation because we're done with year one. We traded guys at the deadline. We were able to draft with the 5th overall pick. Would have loved to have seen us get Cooper Flag or something along the lines of that. Unfortunately, did not work out in that scenario. Kind of annoyed how 2K takes so damn long just to get in the next season. Never used to do this, but here we are finally. Okay, so we got Trey Jones, Cameron Thomas, Derek Whitehead, Kleba, Claxton, Clowney, Dink Pate, Daron Sharp, Paul Reed. Of course, as you can see, there's a bunch of centers playing. We really don't need that many centers playing, so I am going to run a 9-man rotation. So let's start with that. So 9-man rotation. Let's kick out Maxi Kleba first and foremost. Let's just put in Liam immediately. I mean, I don't mind it. Let's just play our young guys. So we're going to put Liam in immediately. We have nothing to lose. I'm also going to start Dink over Cameron Thomas. So I'm going to play Cameron Thomas 30 minutes off the bench still, but I'm going to give Dink Pate, or however you say it, the keys to the starting shooting guard spot. I'm going to take some minutes away from... I mean, we have a bunch of centers coming off the bench. I'm not really too concerned about it right now, but I really want to play our future guys. And then Alex, I want to play as well. So I think I'll play him over Daron Sharp just because, obviously, we got Clowney and Paul Reed already in there. We'll do something along the lines of that. And is there anybody else I'm leaving out? Like, Nolan Hickman was a round 2 pick. But everybody else, I'm fine with just kind of playing down there. So this is what we'll roll with for year number 2. We're not going to be good, clearly. Shot tendencies I wanted to take a look at. So Cameron Thomas, obviously, he's going to shoot a lot. Dinks is already a 90, so I don't even need to mess with it. So I'm excited to see if he can come in and score the ball right away, give us some production. But all right, let's go ahead and simulate this season. I don't think I'll be stopping the deadline. There's really no one I'm looking to like move right now. So I just simply want to simulate this season out and see how we do. So far, we're off to an interesting start. It would be weird if we made the playoffs. I doubt that happens, but we're over 500 right now, or we were, around 500. So I don't know. Maybe we made the playoffs. I'd be kind of pissed if we do, but that might be what happens, as you can see off the record so far. At the end of year number 2, we do get Rookie of the Year from Dink. So it does make sense that we were this good because for a while there, it looked like we were about to be a locked and loaded playoff team. We did fall off towards the end of the season, thankfully, so we will be in the lottery once again, a very bad lottery team. But man, for a while there, it looked like we were about to be the 6th seed in the East. I'm like, damn, I did not expect this much production right away. We get 6th Man of the Year from Cameron Thomas as well. So clearly, these two guys are cornerstones of the franchise. These guys will be scoring the ball a ton. So very excited about that. Dink and Cameron Thomas both show up on some awards here, which is nice to start the video. But again, we didn't make the playoffs, so I didn't really want to. As you guys know, I really wanted to be a bad team, and we ended up being that. But with playing some of the rookies, we do get Dink all-rookie first team. We also get Liam making an all-rookie second team, averaging 12 points, and he was pretty solid as well. So we'll see what his production value is as far as progressing and all that. But very solid second season. I can't be too mad about what I just saw. Take a look at the player stats. You had 25 from Cameron Thomas off the bench, 22 from Dink. You had 12 from Liam, 11 from Trey Jones, 9 from Claxton, 8 from Alex, 7 from Clowney, and then 5 from Derek Whitehead, and 5 from Paul Reed. So let's simulate the playoffs, and let's go ahead and see who goes on win the championship. And then once again, we'll be finding ourselves in the lottery, hoping to win the #1 overall pick and get whoever. If his name is escaping me right now, it's Carlos, or is it's Boozer, right? Cameron Boozer. I almost said Carlos Boozer, but yeah, getting a Boozer or an AJ out of this draft would be kind of a dream scenario. Hopefully we can get lucky. Let's go to the lottery and see if we can jump up to #1. So you do get Brook Lopez and Harden both retiring the Clippers. You got also Jimmy Butler calling it a career after signing with the Hornets. Very interesting. All right, on the lottery we go. Let's see if we get lucky. So we are projected pick number 5. So let's see. I mean, usually I fall down more than I go up, so it wouldn't surprise me at all if we do not end up with a good pick here. But hopefully I get lucky. We will get #1 overall. Holy moly, we needed that. That is amazing. I love you, 2K. I was talking crap on you earlier for not having the picks, but man, I like it. I love it. All right, now we have #1 overall, and that was exactly what the doctor ordered. We needed that. We needed that. So let's go to draft night, and let's happily take our guy. Now, who do we want? Who would we rather have is the question. Would we rather have Cameron Boozer, or would we rather have AJ? I mean, I think both of them are great. Like, I don't think we can go wrong with either. I know about Boozer a little bit more, but I know AJ's a solid player as well. So it's really hard to say which one I want, but I do think I will end up taking Cameron Boozer. I just think he's a little bit taller as well, and I do, I think he's more of the #1 overall guy. But I could be wrong. I mean, I'm not like a huge, I don't know much about both these guys, but from what I've heard, obviously, I guess, AJ is projected as far as rankings are concerned. They have AJ ranked a little bit higher. So, I mean, I guess. I don't know. Do I want AJ or do I want Cameron Boozer? I'm going to take Cameron Boozer. I'm going to just go with my gut here. Cameron Boozer out of Duke. We'll welcome him in. I don't know if we had another pick in this draft. We don't. It was an early or late second, so I'll just let the assistant GM take care of that. So, we get the 80 overall. AJ was an 81. So, they're both really good. I don't think we really could have went wrong with either, but I took Cameron Boozer. AJ would have been really solid as well. So, again, I think getting one of them, it really doesn't matter. At the end of the day, you got somebody fantastic to go on your roster. So, player options. Daron Sharp. I think I'm going to decline, man. I think I'm going to give the keys to Noah Clowney as a backup 5. I think I'm going to give the keys to Noah Clowney, and we'll roll with Noah Clowney as our backup center and decline Daron Sharp. We'll bring back Derek Whitehead, who continues to progress, and Nolan Hickman, who we got in the second round last year. Nothing going on as far as qualifying offers are concerned. I know B-Ball Paul is a free agent, I believe, and so is Daron Sharp. But I think I'm okay with letting both of them go and rolling with Noah Clowney. And we do have some money in free agency, so we can kind of do whatever we want. So, we have Trey Jones as the point guard. We got Cameron Thomas, Dink, which we know we like. We have Derek Whitehead and Alex. I don't mind that. We have Cameron Boozer and Liam. And then we got Claxton and Noah Clowney. So, the only position in my mind that needs an upgrade is the point guard spot. I'm actually cool with rolling with everybody else that we have going on right now. Or we could also move Boozer to small forward and sign a power forward. It just depends on what's available in free agency. Because at the end of the day, we are New York. So, it's not like impossible for us to get free agents. But I got to make sure it's the right guy to go after. So, Luka would be insane. We could, in theory, grab him. But I just feel like it's kind of cheap to just go for Luka Doncic. I'm not going to do that. That would just be an easy path to going on and succeeding. I really want to take this, take the other route, I guess, if that makes sense. So, Paulo would be interesting. Chet, obviously, those guys are going to get matched. Luka is unrestricted. Fox is interesting. Trae Young. Jalen Suggs is somewhat fun. Shaden Sharp, Fred VanVleet. What else we got? Andrew Nembhard. Ooh, I kind of like the idea of going after Andrew Nembhard. There's a lot of talk about this guy got his own team. Would he be the next breakout guy? I'm not saying he would be, but it does give us our long-term point guard. Now, paying him this much money would be a lot, not going to lie. But I do like his fit at that point guard spot for us and kind of running this team and allowing Dink and Cameron Thomas to be the scorers. Nembhard is that, He could score the ball, pass it. He's an all-around player. I like it. I do like the idea of Andrew Nimhard here. Let's see what else we got just in case. Dyson Daniels is interesting down here. He might progress. He used to progress like crazy in 2K. Lonzo's here. But at the end of the day, I'm actually more than okay with going for Andrew Nimhard. I'm going to sign Andrew Nimhard to a deal. We're going to see. I mean, he's unrestricted, so he will probably accept this. But this is a lot of money to throw at Andrew Nimhard. But like I said, he's a damn good player. So we are going to use all of our money at Andrew Nimhard in free agency. He's going to be our brand new point guard to come into Brooklyn. I'm excited about that. So we are ready to roll with that. And that will be pretty much our only addition. So Trey Jones immediately moves to backup point guard, wants to move Andrew Nimhard there. And we'll run with this as a rotation. So we should be an exciting team. Let's go see what player progression is looking like. And let's see who progresses. And let's see who continues to develop on this roster. I'm hoping Dink goes up like crazy. And he's up to an 81. So he went up 5 overall, which is awesome. Clowney is up. Derek Whitehead up. Liam is up. Alex is up. So playing these guys really seem to do wonders for them, which is nice. Hickman even went up as well a little bit. Nimhard's up to an 84. So, yeah, I mean, to me, I love the direction we're going in. So I'm going to go ahead and select year number 3. We're going to have Boozer and Nimhard with Dink and Cameron Thomas. I'm excited about what we could potentially look like going into year 3. But let me load this draft class and we can look at the rotation all together. So here's your rotation going into year number 3. Andrew Nimhard, as I mentioned, is our point guard with Dink as a shooting guard. Derek Whitehead as the 3. Cameron Boozer at the 4. Claxton at the 5. Cameron Thomas as the 6th man. Clowney, Trey Jones, and Liam is your rotation. So that does leave like Hickman, or it leaves Alex Carabin on the rotation as well, which I feel bad about because he was kind of playing last year. So if we can get him in there as well, I would love to do that, and we will get him in as a 10th spot. So I don't mind that at all. And then one other thing I wanted to look at is I wanted to look at what Boozer's shot tendency is coming in right away. So Nimhard's shot tendency isn't great, which is fine. I really want him to be like a distributor more than a scorer, but I do want him to score as well, if that makes sense. Boozer's shot tendency is only a 65 coming out of the draft, so I don't like that. So I'm going to boost his shot tendency up because I do want him to make an impact. So I'm going to push this up to like an 80 at the least. And then Nimhard's shot tendency, I'll push up to like a 70. I think that's, fair. And then is there shot mid-range? I don't know if there's like a passing tendency. I'm not sure if that even is a thing. I'm assuming it might be, but I might boost that up. Other than that, though, I'll see you guys at the end of year 3. We did get Cameron Boozer on an all-rookie first team, but unfortunately, it looked like to start the season, we were going to be a locked and loaded playoff team, but we fell off once again, and it really sucks because we don't have our draft pick this offseason, so that really is unfortunate. But yeah, 22 from Dink, yeah, 20 from Cameron Thomas, 16 from Boozer, 15 from Nimhard, 9 from and 11 from Claxton. But I'm not really discouraged. Honestly, I think with development in time, this team is going to be a playoff team. Like, I'm not really too upset with where we're at. It would have been nice to be a play-in team or a playoff team this year. Unfortunately, that's just not the case. The Pacers make it without Nimhard, and they almost beat the Mavericks in 7 to win a championship, but they didn't. McConnell retires a Pacer. I saw that. I don't know why I pointed that out of all things, but I did. So, again, our pick, I guess we have the Philadelphia 76ers pick. I didn't realize that. So, what trade is that from, by the way? Is that from no, that doesn't, was it from the Harden trade, or am I tripping? Maybe it is. I don't remember, but we are going to get the 6th overall pick. All right. I don't know, and that might be from the Harden trade. I'm not 100% sure on that, but I could be wrong. I don't know. But let's, whatever. I'm not even going to question it. We have a 7th overall pick via the 76ers, or 6th overall pick. We also have 20. We have the Rockets pick because we swapped with them. So where did our pick end up, by the way? Wow, they got, or no, that's the Phoenix Suns pick. Okay, so they got 8 off of us. All right, not too bad. Number 2 would have felt worse, but we do have 6. So let's see who we get. Tyron goes 1. Hugo goes 2. Jackson Richardson goes 3. We got Brandon McCoy. We got Caleb Gaskins. So who do we get at 6? We got Elijah Arenas. I mean, we don't really need a shooting guard per se, but I mean, his ceiling is Hall of Fame. Like, we got to take him, right? I think this is Gilbert Arenas' son. So we'll be happy to take that. And then we can grab Keon Anthony, who also has Hall of Fame ceiling. Okay. Is that supposed to be Carmelo's son? I think that is. Syracuse, and I forget what his actual name is in real life, but I'm feeling pretty good about what we just walked away with. We got 2 Hall of Fame ceiling guys out of this draft. So I will take that. So welcome Elijah Arenas and Anthony. And then we got Nwaba in round 2. So yeah, I'm feeling good about that. Dink, Liam, Alex, and Fleming will accept. Actually, I won't worry about Fleming. So we'll just let him go. We'll accept the rest of these guys. Qualifying offers. Nolan Hickman, Derek White are free agents. I do want to bring back Dariq Whitehead, I imagine. But Clowney wants 27 million. Holy moly, what are we doing? That's a little too much money. Although I gotta admit, I haven't messed with the contract stuff as far as like trying to fix that stuff. So that's probably my fault today. I haven't messed with that. But yeah, 27 million is just simply not gonna happen, my friend. I cannot comfortably give you 27 million dollars. That is insanity. This just doesn't make any sense, man. We can't do it. So, I mean, I can just reunite myself with Daron Sharp for a lot less. Although he might develop even more. I don't know. I can't give you 27 million though. That's insanity. It just can't happen. So, I will take you guys to the last day of free agency. If you get an offer for 27 million, more power to you. I don't know if I can match that. But you have not done anything to prove that you're worth the money that you're asking for. I'm sorry. But at the end of the day, I do want, to bring them back. I really like where we're at as a roster. I think with progression, I might even look into some trades after drafting Elijah Arenas, who could be really interesting in a rotation immediately. We could trade him too. I'm sure he has a ton of trade value, but again, it's got to make sense. So we're on the last day. So let's see what they're asking for now. So Dariq Whitehead, I want him too. I mean, they're both, I guess, no, Clowney isn't restricted, which I'm not sure why he isn't. Wasn't he a first round pick? I don't know why he's not restricted. That's kind of, or unless, no, he should be restricted. Dude, I can't give him 24 million. That's insane. I can't do it, man. I cannot give you 24 million dollars. I'm just not gonna do it. Dariq Whitehead will be back as qualifying offer. Centers, I mean, if I can just get Daron Sharp back, that's what I'll go with. I just think that makes a lot more sense to use. So I'm sorry. More power to you, Clowney, but that is just way too much money. I guess I should. Why can't I sign Dariq Whitehead? Or I guess I have to renounce him to really. Okay, whatever. If that's what I got to do, I'll do it. So player progression. Dink is up to an 86. Cameron Boozer up to an 82. I would really hope he can progress even more. Where did AJ go? Because I wonder how much he developed. So only development over New Orleans, but maybe we messed up and didn't take the right guy. I don't remember where he got drafted to though. I wasn't really paying attention to that. So his name has not popped up to me just yet. There's a better way to find him, but I'm doing it this way right now for whatever reason. So I may have passed him already. Let me just look where he went. So let me see where he's at. Let me see if I messed up. So it's like something like this. So he's an 84 overall already. So maybe we didn't take the right guy, but whatever. It is what it is. So we lost our backup 5, or no, we signed Daron Sharp. We lost Dariq Whitehead, but I was okay with that because I feel like we could like move Arenas to small forward because he's 6'6". Maybe we could do that. I don't know. I don't really know much about him. Maybe he's not really somebody who's capable of playing small forward, but or we could trade someone as well. Maybe we could trade Cameron Thomas for a small forward. A lot of different things we could do. So let me look at all the options. So going to this rotation, another obvious no-brainer move that I could have done is I could just simply move Dink Pate to small 40. 6'8". He's up to an 87 by doing that as well. So here is rotation. So Nembhard, Cameron Thomas, Dink, Cameron Boozer, Nicholas Claxton, Alex, you got Liam, you got Trey Jones, got Elijah Arenas, and Daron Sharp. For whatever reason, though, I kind of want to start Elijah Arenas. I kind of want to see what he can do. I continue to want to put Cameron Thomas in that 6-man role. I just feel like that's his best place. So that is what I'm going to do. I'm going to roll Cameron Thomas as the 6-man, and I'm going to feel very good about that. And we're going to take some minutes away down here a little bit. So I'll leave Cameron Thomas to 27, but I do want to give Elijah Arenas some run as well. So we'll do something along the lines of that. So we'll start Elijah Arenas, and I don't know what his shot tendency is right away, but so Andrew Nembhard still is low. Arenas is an 83, so I'm gonna roll with that. We're gonna see how it goes. I would love to see ourselves as a playoff team this year, or a play-in team, whatever, but we'll see if that ends up being the case. I feel like there's a chance, but I'm not banking on it, but we'll see what happens. So Jokic in a Warriors uniform wins MVP, so he left Denver, go to the Warriors. Very interesting. So we don't get Arenas winning Rookie of the Year, but I'm assuming by starting him, we did get him on the All-NBA first team, I'm hoping, but we'll see if that ends up being the case. Let's see. So all rookie first team, we do get Elijah Arenas making it. He averaged 14 points per game out of the gate, which is exciting. And not only were we a playoff team, by the way, we were a really good team in the East. We were a top 4 seed. So now we do draw the Pacers around 1, who have made the finals the last couple of seasons, I've noticed. So don't know how well this is going to go, but we'll give it our best try. So Nembhard with 12 and 6. He had 14 from Arenas, 16 from Boozer, 19 from Cameron Thomas, and Dink with 21. So overall, I really like what we've done with this team. It's just a matter of, can we put it all together and, go on a run here? I don't know if we'll win a championship this year, but I imagine with some development, assuming Arenas will go up like crazy, Boozer will continue to go up, Dink will go up. Like, I think we could be a contender next year. I don't know if we will be right now, but we should be at least interesting. We do draw the Pacers, as I mentioned, who have made it to the finals the last couple of years. I don't really know how well we'll compete against them, but let's see what happens. Somebody come around against Indiana, and we are going to have an even series against them. So let's see what happens. So I know 2K wants us to start Cameron Thomas, but I want to continue to roll with what, got me here. So we have a very close game here, but it looks like they are going to take game 5 from us. That sucks, but let's go to game 6 and see if we can tie the series back and bring this back to Brooklyn. We got to go to Indiana to do it, and it looks like we might get upset in round 1. But as I mentioned, I'm not too discouraged by this because I think next year, and we lost both games by a small margin as well, but I really truly do think next year, and like I said, Indiana's been making it to the conference finals, so drawing them in round 1 sucked. But I do believe with some progression that I think we're about to see, we should be a contender next year. I think we might be able to win a championship because assuming Boozer goes up, assuming Arenas will go up, we'll see what ends up, how much they develop. But as far as the head coach is concerned, I know Fernandez has been the guy, but if I can upgrade from Fernandez and get Nick Nurse or Jordy Fernandez, or get like a Nick Nurse, or Budenholzer's here, or even Steve Kerr. I can go after Steve Kerr too. So we're gonna get Nick Nurse to be our head coach in Brooklyn. So I'll take that, and now we can go to draft night and see if we have a pick from anybody from all the trades we've made, of course. And we have 14, 23, and 30. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm pretty sure I auto-generated this class, so yeah, I did. I didn't. I was too lazy and didn't load an actual draft class. So I'm gonna let the assistant gym take care of whoever they want to draft. I really don't care too much about any of these guys, but I will sign them anyway because they are first-round picks at the end of the day. Boozer, we're accepting all these because we pretty much have a rotation, in my mind, locked in. Like, I'm happy with the rotation we have going on right now. It's just a matter of, I think Claxton's a free agent, which I will resign to Claxton, and I will resign Trey Jones, who's not asking for anything unreasonable like Clowney was earlier, and obviously Derek Whitehead. I wanted Derek Whitehead back, but just didn't get him back. So I do believe that is a full rotation still for us. So yeah, I'm assuming, this is a full rotation still. I wouldn't mind a better back of 5. Don't get me wrong. So maybe we can look into that really quickly. So if I did trade, like, I don't know, Daron Sharp and any of these guys we've drafted lately, if I can get a better back of 5, I would do it. So let's see if anybody is willing to barge a center. Nothing there. Okay. If I just threw, sometimes you just throw 2 players, you get better off. Jalen Smith, Washington, Rui Hachimura, Florin might develop, but I don't know if that will be the case. THT is not really somebody I'm like dying to get. So Jalen Smith averaged 11 and 10 for screw it. I'll do it. I'll upgrade. It's an 80 overall compared to a 77, so we'll do that. All right. Moment of truth, because I really want to see Boozer, I want to see Dink, I want to see Arenas all developing like crazy, because we need that to me to be a championship team. So let's see if that is the case. Moment of truth. And Arenas went up to an 83, but Boozer has not developed as much as I thought he would. So maybe I did make a mistake by not drafting AJ instead, and that's something I can learn from. So let's see what AJ is at this point. I'll have to learn from this next time. He didn't go up at all either. He's an 84 still. Very interesting. Okay, well, it is what it is. Boozer, maybe we've played him at small before he'd go up even more. Maybe that's what's wrong. He goes up 1 overall, so it's not like anything crazy there. All right, well, we're going to go into this next season, and we'll see, despite Boozer not jumping up like I thought he would, we'll see if we can go on a deep playoff run and maybe go on to win the championship. So we are at the trade deadline, and I'm going to be making a move here. I don't know why, but we are actually really bad. I thought this would be the year to turn things around, but clearly something on this roster just isn't working. So I'm going to be moving on from Andrew Nembhard, moving him out of here. Not that it's his fault, but I'm going to move things around here. So I'm going to be moving Andrew Nembhard for Jarris Walker. So Jarris Walker will be the new starting power forward. That's going to move things around. So that's going to move Jarris Walker's our new power forward, so that's going to move Dink back to shooting guard. It's going to move Boozer to small. We're going to move Ariza as the point guard. So that's what we're going to roll with, and we'll see if that changes anything. I don't know if it will. Cameron Thomas is still also on trade watch as well, which I might be interested in just doing right now. I just think that at this point, keeping him just isn't necessary. I don't mind throwing Rui back in the trade as well, and we'll just kind of see what this pops up. I'd take a center or anything, but our starting, we can get like Zach Edey, but I want to make sure this trade we're doing makes sense for us. So Rocco and Okongwu is definitely interesting. We traded 20, 31st. But at the end of the day, I'm trying to change things around here because I'm very disappointed about our record right now. It is terrible. So Kessler as a bench piece is interesting, and at 87 overall, we have to pay him a ton of money. But at the end of the day, he would be a damn good bench piece to have. Noah Traore is also interesting, but I do like the idea of going for Walker Kessler. So I'm just going to trade for Walker Kessler here. We get 7 and 10 and 2 blocks off the bench, kind of what we need right now. And I think we have plenty of scoring with what we got right now. So that is what we're rolling with. So Jarris Walker is our new power forward. Kessler and Clax will be our new center rotation. We'll have Alex playing more. Arenas will be the point guard, and we'll run Dink as shooting guard and Boozer at the small forward. So yeah, I wanted to change things around. Our record sucks right now, and I'm very disappointed by it. So let's see if that changes anything for us. So Jokic is your MVP again on the Warriors. Got Diop as your Rookie of the Year, a Visage 6-man Wemby Defensive Player, and Colin Murray Boyles in the Spurs is your most improved, and Zion is your clutch player in a Clippers uniform. So 76ers Executive and Steve Kerr Coach of the Year on the Warriors. Okay, so let's just kind of see. So I will tell you, we did end up making the playoffs, thankfully. Clax makes an all-defensive team, which is nice to see. We literally went 41-41 on the dot. So I was disappointed by our record. We finished at 500 on the dot, and we do avoid the play-in. So the East was just bad in general. By finishing 41-41, usually you're either missing the playoffs or you're a play-in team, but we avoided the play-in altogether. So you had 24 from Dink, you had 21 from Elijah Arenas, you had 16 from Walker, 15 from Boozer, 11 from Alex, 9.5 from Liam, and then 8 and 8 from Claxton with 7 and 10 Kessler. So I'm hoping with all the moves we made, you know, we went on a nice few win streaks there towards the end of the season to get ourselves here at this point. So we do get the Hornets in round 1. I imagine this is going to be a tough contest. But again, our rotation does look damn good. But here we go. Somebody current round against Charlotte, and we'll see what happens. So we are going to beat them in 5. Okay, so we are going to advance from round 1 and get straight to round 2. And now we get to play Detroit. So Detroit has Cade, Ivy Asar, Michael, Jalen Duren, Avicic, Ron Holland, and Jalen Stewart. So do the same thing. Somebody current round, and we're going to beat them in 5. So it looks like all the moves we made at the deadline absolutely paid off because we sucked. Like I said, we were like, I don't even know what our record was, but it wasn't good, man. It was not good. I was really disappointed with what I was looking at. But now we get the conference finals. So Philly was really good as well. They got Alexander Sarr next to Embiid. Wow, that's pretty nasty. Although he hasn't done anything too crazy. He is an 89 overall, respectfully, though. Embiid is averaging 12 points in the playoffs. So Embiid is not the same player he once was, but I'm assuming Maxey, of course, is, you know, doing his thing, and McCain is averaging 20 as well. So yeah, McCain's been a great player for them. All right, here we go. Game 1 goes to them. They beat us badly. Game 2, even it up though. Game 3 goes to them. All right, let's see if we can win game 4 to even this series up. So they want to give less minutes to Boozer. We are running a 9-man rotation. Bench utilization does not need to be this much, by the way. So let's push that down quite a bit. That way we're getting our starters more minutes. All right, let's simcast game 4, and let's see if we can come out here and win this one. And maybe we can even the series up. And then we got game 5. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. We are going to blow them out here. That's good. And now let's go to a game 6. This one's in Philly. Would love to win this one and give ourselves the advantage to go back to Brooklyn with the lead. That would be amazing stuff. They've had the lead most of this game. Can we take it here at one point? We do. And we finish with the lead. Let's go. Okay. Can we beat them in 6? Yes, we can. We're in the freaking finals. Holy crap, bro. Wow. All the moves we made at the deadline absolutely paid off. But now we draw Oklahoma City Thunder as, wow, Shea averaging 15 is your conference finals MVP. I assume they just have too much stuff. So yeah, they got freaking Shea, Daryl Peterson, Cooper Flagg, J-Dub, Chet, Carter Bryant, Case. Dude, this rotation is loaded. But I will say, sometimes when you have too many good players and there's too many mouths to feed, it doesn't pay off in 2K. Sometimes 2K doesn't like that. I've noticed that sometimes when I've had like just a ton of players on the same team. But we'll see, man. Sorry, yeah, a ton of like really good scorers on the same team. It doesn't really result. Not to say that all these guys are like really good scorers or anything, but I assume most of them are. Like Peterson, Jay, obviously, as we know. Cooper Flagg is projected to be a good scorer. J-Dub is solid. Chet's solid. So like they got a lot of mouths to feed. So here we go. Game 1 goes to them. I mean, it wouldn't surprise me at all if we just get swept here. But the fact we made it to the finals is, you know, really solid stuff. So I will run it one final season, and I'll end it after that. So I'm just going to run this right back. The fact we made it to the finals is solid, but at the end of the day, Oklahoma City is loaded. So I don't know if we'll ever be able to get past them, but we'll see if we can make it to the finals next year. So as promised, I ran it right back. We're the second seed in the East, and this is it. If we don't make it to the finals this year and win a championship, I'm going to end it on whatever we end up rolling with. So 23 from Elijah Arenas, 26 from Dink, 19 from Boozer, 16 from Anthony, who I didn't even realize developed that much, but he is in the rotation as well. Jarris Walker with 13, Alex with 11. Yeah, so it's a damn good roster, and obviously I hope it pays off and we go on to win a championship here. But we get Brooklyn in round 1, or sorry, Milwaukee in round 1, who no longer have Damian Lillard, but they still have Giannis. They have a lot of solid role players around them, but you know, losing to them in round 1 is not an option, and we are going to beat them in 7. So that was very close, but we do end up beating them. And now we get Chicago, who has Boswell, Green, AJ, who we could have taken. But I guess at the end of the day, Boozer did get a little bit better than him. It's not by much, but you know what? It is what it is. So it looks like both of them were solid to take. So my current round against Chicago, and we are going to hopefully beat them in 6. No, going to a game 7. So game 7 against Chicago here to get to the conference finals. Can we please beat Chicago here? Oh boy, this is going to be close, isn't it? All right, just beat them. Just take care of them. And we are going to the conference finals. Okay. 23 from Anthony, Dink with 22, and now we draw Detroit, who we did beat last year. Doesn't mean we won't, doesn't mean we get to beat them this time again as well. But here goes nothing. Somebody come around against Detroit, and we sweep them. And now we get the Warriors to end off the video. So we got to the finals last year through the Thunder. So we get to deal with Cooper Flag, though, again. So Cooper Flag, Podziemski, and Nikola Jokic, GG Jackson, Wiggins. What a damn good team this team has. But Jokic and Cooper Flag is scary for sure. Game 1 goes to them. Game 2 goes to them. And, wait a minute. Nope, I think we're going to lose. So we deal with Cooper Flag 2 years in a row, you know, paired with Shea, then paired with Jokic. I mean, what can you really do? We had a close one here, and we might win this one, so maybe we're not dead in the water just yet. So we are going to force a game 6. We're going back to Brooklyn, so if we force a game 7, things become interesting at the very least, but we got to win this one, and it doesn't look like we're going to... Oh, wait a minute. Maybe I'm speaking too soon, and we are going to lose 111, 107, and Jokic is our finals MVP. So 2 finals in a row, fall short both times, but it was still a fun team to build up regardless. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'm going to end it on that note, guys. Thank y'all for watching. As always, this is Crushables. I'm saying peace. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you click here to watch another video that I know you'll love.